All right, hi, good morning. We are live in Cincinnati, Ohio at Lori Foster's Reader and Author Get Together. And I am absolutely thrilled to be here with Jennifer. She's going to tell us about her books. We've just recorded something for the blog, so make sure you go over and check that out in about a week. I'll have that up posted. But she shared some great information. You're going to love it. But we're going to let her tell a little bit about her books, and we're going to have a hard time picking which series to start with because I love the Elizabethan Spy series, but then also the Gowns and Crowns. So. Right. So go ahead and tell us, Jennifer.
We'll start with the Elizabethan Books. I write as Jennifer McGowan in young adult, and my books are about a group of 5 spies who work for Queen Elizabeth I. The very first book is Made of Secrets. It actually was my first published book, and it's a story of a young woman who is a thief, but she picks the wrong pocket, and to pay for her crimes, she is forced to join the crown for a year, where she has to learn to become a lady and a spy and solve a crime for the queen. So it was a lot of fun to write. It's a high adventure young adult romance. Then I also write, speaking of royals, I write as Jennifer Chance. This is an adult series of modern royals. So I have 4 young women who are taking a European vacation, and they become entangled with the royal family, as one does, as Meghan Markle did. And so these books, there's now 8 in the series, and they all deal with royal couples. There's that. And then I also write as Jenn Stark. This is an urban fantasy book about a woman who is an artifact hunter, and she uses tarot cards to help her find the things that she needs. And along the way, she encounters the magical underbelly of Las Vegas and becomes involved in the acts that they want her to perform as well.
Very good. And I just have to say hi to Emily. Our daughter is watching. So I just saw she popped up. Hey. Oh, and Kim. Hey, guys. Okay, that's exciting. So
this is my very first ever Facebook Live. So
thank you for welcoming her. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So Jennifer has studied in Paris. So I just wanted her to share how that might have impacted her writing.
Right. Well, so when I was in college, I spent a year in Paris, and it was fantastic, actually. At that point, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do as a career, although I knew that writing would be involved. And just going there and living an entire year in a completely foreign culture, I knew the language, but not nearly as well as I thought I did. And but traveling all over Europe by myself, with my big backpack, and staying in hostels and having a little bell on my pack so that at night, if it moved, I would know. Right. And just all sorts of things that I would shudder if I was today trying to do them. But this was quite a long time ago, so I feel like it was a little safer time. But nevertheless, I did some crazy things. But as far as how it impacted my writing, I think just the realization of how many different people there are and different cultures and the things you take for granted just living in the U.S. the way we do, and I think that it's helped sort of broaden my perspective of the different types of people and situations to write about.
Very good. Perfect. Guys, for those of you watching, I would love to know if you can hear us well, because you can tell there are a lot of readers here and they're very excited. Right. And when they meet their authors, they're getting a little loud.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So give us a piece of advice for readers or authors that are attending a conference like this. What would you recommend for them?
Well, the reason why authors attend these conferences is to meet readers. So if you want to meet your favorite author, and especially if they're in a public place, engaging with other people, do not be shy. Feel free to come and say, hello, I love your book. We never get tired of hearing that, ever. And so, obviously if they're involved in a private conversation, or if they're in someplace kind of random, okay, maybe not. But otherwise, feel free. That's why we're here. And making those personal connections really means a lot, because you can find some, not just great readers, but also friends that friendships that you can develop based on the kind of conversations, especially a conversation like this one. This is the Reader-Author Get-Together that happens every year here in Westchester, Ohio, hosted by Lori Foster, and it is probably one of the best conferences I've ever been to for reader-author engagement.
Because it's small enough that it's very intimate.
Yes, it sells out in minutes. Every
less
year.
than 10 minutes. Yes. It's sold out.
Yes, and there's a reason for it, because people, they know what they're going to get. There's a lot of authors, but there's a ton of readers, and it's very unstructured, so there's a lot of fun experiences. But what's interesting is there's also a turnover. There's new readers every year as well, so you're always meeting somebody
Well, because they did ask us this morning how many of us were new, and there was a lot of us that were
Right,
new
I'm
this
always
year,
surprised. I just assume it's the same folks going, hey, let's go again. But there's a lot of new.
Well, I think we just got in before they did.
Right, under the wire, just cruise right in.
To get in there,
Right,
but,
absolutely.
What is something you would want readers to know about your books?
I am an incurable romantic, so whether it's my urban fantasies don't have a ton of romance in them, but I still manage to sneak it in because that's just the girl that I am. But these are completely over the top romance. Sort of check your brain at the door. Very fluffy, good beach reads, but a lot of fun. And then even my spy romances, they're meant for young adults, but so they're age appropriate for that, but. It's that whole romance of the time period and the gowns and the intrigue and the adventure. So there's just romance is probably the thing to keep in mind.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll be back later with some more authors, but definitely check out Jennifer's books. We're thrilled to meet her and get to see them. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.